to another episode of Expanding Your Mind, Body, and Spirit. I'm Tasha, the channel host, and I wanted to share with you today a sequence that's come up a couple times for weightlifters. So a lot of people who lift weights, and that's their primary form of workout, often find they need to increase their range of motion, their flexibility. So these are some asanas that you can work through to help you with that. So let's get started. First of all, let's see, we're gonna wanna have our mat, and I would gather a yoga block, one or two of those. If you don't have that, that's okay. Maybe a stack of books that you might have, thick books. Also, what's helpful is a strap. And if you don't have a strap, go ahead and grab yourself a belt or maybe a thin towel, dish towel or something like that. That can be perfectly fine as well. So, and then if you need it towards the end for extra support, there's a blanket. If you need that, just maybe have that nearby, and grab a pillow or even a block if you have a block. If you have, or excuse me, a bolster. If you have a bolster, go ahead and grab that. If not, excuse me, don't worry about it. You don't need it. Grab a couple pillows, and that works just fine too. So sofa pillows usually work nice for that because they're nice and firm. So let's get started here. And I'm gonna set my block down here just to get us ready. But before we begin, I want to take a moment to just get ourselves grounded, bring some peace, awareness to our space, our practice, and focus on some breath work, some breathing here. So I want you to inhale, lifting up those shoulders, bringing them back together behind your back, and rolling them down as you exhale. Inhale, roll them forward, exhale down, returning back to center. Let's take a moment. You can have your palms face out or just face down to the floor, just pointed at the floor if that feels better for you. All throughout this practice, you want to play with maybe some different movements and see what feels best for your body. All of our bodies are different, so it's what feels best for you, where you feel the most impact. You should always feel good. You want maybe a challenge, a little bit of a stretch, but it should never hurt. You find your edge, you back off, and that's where you breathe. Inhale, at least 4 counts, and then exhale through your nose, at least 8 counts. Let's just go through that a few more times. Maybe with each breath, noticing your shoulders relaxing. Notice if you're standing up nice and tall, making adjustments wherever necessary. Let's inhale nice and deep. And then exhale, gently opening the mouth. Letting your jaw relax. Letting the breath roll off your tongue. Let's shift our energy to one side, to the left. We're going to place our right foot, so our right, just our toes there, or where the balls of your feet are, right near your toes, on the top of your block. And you're gonna press into that for a nice calf stretch. And you can leave your arms here. You can put them on your waist. I like them on my waist just for stability. And just breathe. I want about 30 seconds here. And we don't really want to hyperextend the knees, so just you want a slight micro bend in the knees. And just breathe. Okay, and let's switch. And let's put all your energy, your weight on that right foot, pressing into that left foot onto the block. Those balls on your feet pressing into the block, slight micro bend in both your knees. You don't want to, again, hyperextend them. You want to just add a little micro bend to them. And breathe here, feeling a nice gentle stretch. Okay, and let's go ahead and release. Moving our block aside. I want you to go ahead and pick up that strap that we set aside, and we can actually just hold it in our hand for now. And I want you to stand nice and wide. So just a comfortable width. So maybe 4 fists apart. You know, everybody's gonna, again, be a little bit different. We're all different sizes, different shapes. So find your feel, what feels good to you. Nice firm stand on the ground. And we're gonna begin to rotate our body. We're doing a nice gentle twist here. And one of the keys here is I really want you to just let your arms flop. So they're actually tapping against your body, helping to wake up those kidneys, the digestive system. Just let them flop against you. Let's slowly make our way up, bringing those arms up. Reaching them high above your head as you continue this motion, and then make your way back down. And bringing it into center, we are going to take our strap that we have here. I'm going to wrap it around my hand, and then we're going to inhale that right arm up. I'm going to drop that strap down my back and reach down with that right hand, up with the left, and you're going to clasp the other end of the strap. And then you're going to pull in either direction, feeling a nice stretch. If you want to make it more challenging, you can walk your hand a little bit further up with the strap. Making sure we're keeping that head in a nice neutral position. We don't want to tuck it, our chin, or put it up to the air, just nice and neutral. So hopefully this angle looks neutral. And just rest here and let's breathe. In and out your nose. Again, noticing any tension you're holding in your legs? Are you keeping a slight micro bend in those knees? Just paying attention to the body, your breath. And relax here. And shake out those arms if you want to do that. We're actually going to swing our arms again, do the rotation. So you can step again wider if you want to come back out wide again. And let's begin this motion again. Breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Breath is one of the key components. So easily in life, we forget to breathe, especially when we're trying new things or feeling tight or stressed. Slowly go ahead and move those arms up. And back down. Okay. And let's again inhale and then exhale. That left arm down the back. We're going to take the right arm and reach up. And the opposite, reaching down with the left. Keeping that elbow up, the left elbow up, right elbow down. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can walk your hand further up the strap there. But just find your comfort, find your place, and breathe here. And let's go ahead and release on out of that. All right. Next, we're going to do eagle arms. And there's different levels that you can incorporate into this. I'll show you a couple of different options here. So inhale and exhale. We're going to swing that right arm under the left and then bring your palm around, resting it in the other palm here. And this is eagle, this is half eagle. Now, if you have a higher expression that you would like to do, feel free to do that. You can incorporate the legs also by coming into a chair, making sure those knees are following the toes, and then crossing over. And you can either keep a toe on the floor or all the way down, lifting your toe up. Maybe challenge yourself. But if that's not for you today, it's okay to just come here. So you can come here, or cross over. So whatever you would like to do. Find your position and breathe here. Another alternative I want to give you for those who are just really tight and just can't get here, that's okay. Inhale, exhale. I want you to clasp this left shoulder with your right hand, and then you reach around your back with the left. It's like you're giving yourself a good hug. So that's an alternative too. So do what feels good to you. Remember, it's bringing yourself to an edge and then backing off and breathing there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stay here for today. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, relaxing down. Inhale, letting the chest rise. Exhale through the nose, relaxing that chest. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now if you incorporated your legs, we're gonna switch now. So if you just did your arms, let's switch, and now we're swinging that left arm under the right and bringing our palm to palm, our hand to palm. Mine is more fingers to palm. And that's okay, that's okay. And then again, if you went ahead and switched, you can do the chair, you can cross over and place your tiptoe on the ground, or you can lift it all the way up and then come down. I myself am just gonna come here today, so whatever feels good for you, whatever level. Inhale, reach up with those elbows, lifting the chest. Exhale, release the chest. Inhale, exhale. Last time. Inhale, exhale. All right, good job. Let's go ahead and wind out of that. And I'm using my notes here. I forget a lot of things these days. So, all right. So from here, let's move into a forward fold. We're going to inhale, the arms up. And as we come to a forward fold, you have options here. So don't feel like you don't. If forward folding is, you're like, oh, that's too much, or my back can't take that. I'll give you a little tip. You can stand wider, and it's a lot more gentle on your lower back. However you place your feet is fine, but you want to make sure your knees are always following your toes. So just keep that in mind. Reach up, hands together, exhale to your heart center. I'm going to take another breath here. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to hinge at the hips, bringing my chest, my belly towards my thighs, then letting go all the way down to the floor. Making sure again, our knees are following our toes. Just breathe here, nice deep breaths. Inhale, flat back, monkey. Exhale, back into your forward fold. And I'm going to turn to the side so you can see it from the side view here. Inhale, half lift, flat back, monkey. Exhale, go back into your fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, back into our forward fold. Inhale, exhale, lift, and release. Back to Tadasana, our mountain pose. So in Tadasana, or mountain pose, it's just a great time. It's a transition pose for all your standing postures, great for realigning yourself. So Let's take a moment here, roll our shoulders up, back, and down. Standing nice and tall, as if a string is pulling you by the top of your head. Your belly button is tucked in just slightly. Your fingertips, your palms are pointed straight down, and they can either face out, opening those shoulders, or face your body. Again, do what feels good for you. Play with it, feel it. Do what feels good in your body. All right, so from here, let's heel toe out, or if you're still facing the other direction, go ahead and just turn to your mat on the side here. I'm just bending to grab my book. Okay, so we're gonna turn our feet out. And again, having those knees, follow the toes. Inhale, coming down into goddess. Breathing here for about 3 breaths. And on your third, exhale and squeeze those glutes and come on up. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze those glutes and exhale up. Inhale. Now I exhale up because your breath gives you power. It also makes room for all those muscles that you're trying to engage when you are coming back up. Inhale, exhale, lift, squeezing those glutes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now we're going to do some kneeling lunges, turning from side to side. You can either keep your arms up here, or you can place them on your waist if you need the stability. I'm going to place mine on my waist. And so from here, inhale, exhale, kneeling lunge. Return back to your goddess. And then inhale, exhale, kneeling lunge. And it's okay, take a breath here if you need to. Again, have your knee following your toes. Inhale, exhale, power up. All right. We'll do that one more time on each side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, now last time. Now this time, we're really gonna stretch into that lunge here. So inhale, exhale. Whoop, I'm snap, crackle, popping. And if this is rough on your knee, feel free to have a pad or that blanket nearby that you can put under that knee and just bend into it there. Inhale, exhale. Come back, and our last one, inhale, exhale, and really flex into that here. Inhale, exhale, and bring those hands down to the thighs, heel toe in, maybe just slightly, and we're going to lower our hips towards the earth, walking your feet in closer. That feels better for you. And coming to Malasana, a birthing pose. Breathing here. You can also This is hard for a lot of people, but your body will get used to it. It's a nice opener. Place a block under you and you can actually just sit on it and then sit like this. You're putting pressure with your elbows against those knees and breathing here. Just continue relaxing, breathing. I'm gonna check my notes again. And let's transition to our tabletop position, our all fours for cat-cow. However, it's best that you get there. I'm gonna rotate around and then just pull that block out from under me. So coming to a tabletop position, you want your knees about hip width apart. You want your arms, your hands underneath those shoulders, and your fingers are spread nice and wide. And it's almost as if you're gripping onto the mat with your fingers. You're pressing into the mat with your fingers. So from here, we're gonna flow through cat-cow. It's important to move with your own breath. Inhale for cow. Drop the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale for cat. Rounding the spine. Now I'm going to show you one more variation. There's cow. Inhale, chest up, tailbone up. Now, not a lot of change there, but for cat, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can also try coming back towards your heels as you exhale and round the spine. And you can do this movement as drastic or slight as you want. So whatever feels good for your own body, that's what you do. Let's just move through this with our own breath. And come back to center. You're gonna add some lateral flexion. You're exhaling, looking back at that right ankle. And then inhale as you come forward and exhale back at your left ankle. Maybe do that again. And then let's bring our toes together, our knees apart for a wide-legged child's pose. Before we go down, I want you to begin rotating your body in a circular motion. It's as if you're drawing circles on the floor with your belly. And go the other direction. Always want to keep things balanced out. Coming back to center. So our toes are together, knees apart. You're going to sit back on your heels, and then you're going to stretch those arms out and bring your forehead to the mat. And just breathe here. Now, if you are tight, some variations or alternatives you can do. You can take a block or even your blanket, and you can put it underneath your bottom. If your bottom doesn't quite get to your heels, you can also take a block and you can place your forehead on a block and even bring your hands to more of a dolphin pose. So maybe play with it, try some variations, try what's gonna work for you. That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna go ahead and remove them for myself, but don't be afraid to use your tools that you got. That's what they're for. Again, you wanna feel the stretch, but it should not be painful. Just breathe here. Inhaling, feeling those hips expand, and as you exhale, feeling that spine lengthening. Envision it lengthening. Inhale, expanding those hips. Exhale, adding length to the spine. Maybe roll that forehead out. Now from here, let's come up and we're gonna actually walk our palms over to the right. We're gonna place the left palm over the right and just relax our head between those arms, really bending into that right side. So you feel a stretch along that left side of the body. Just breathing here. Now walking those hands over to the left, placing the right palm on the left. Again, relaxing that head into the arms, between the arms. You want to feel a stretch along that right side of the body. And then walking back to center with our hands. We're gonna walk our hands back up towards our body. Let's take a moment to really stretch out those wrists, those hands, rolling those fingers, tensing them up, like really stretching them out. Maybe make a fist and then open it back up. Doing that again. And then from here, we're going to return our palms to the mat and bring our legs back in so our knees are under our hips. And let's come onto our fingertips here. We're coming on our fingertips, tenting the fingers, and then we're going to release them down. Tenting those fingers and releasing them down. And again, tenting those fingers and releasing them down. And then we're going to come all the way down. This time our butt is going to still be up in the air. And we're going to bring the chest down to the mat for puppy, or chest, our forehead and chest to the mat, reaching those arms out and breathing here. And then coming forward into plank, coming up on our feet, our tips of our toes, and lifting that bottom. You're gonna suck in the glutes, those abdominals, nice flat back, neutral spine. Gazing just like at the top of your mat. You don't really want to have your head tucked, but you don't want to have it lifted like that either. So just trying to keep it in a neutral position. And then we're going to come down onto our knees, or if it works for you, you can lower straight on down, coming up into a Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose is just like this. So you're gonna zip those legs together and your elbows are gonna be like right at your chest, and your forearms and palms are gonna be on the floor. We're gonna inhale, exhale, looking right. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, left. Keeping those the tops of the feet nice and firm on the mat. Inhale, forward. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Now we're going to come on down and do some nice stretching on our shoulder. So what I want you to do is I want you to lay all the way down on your belly, your chest, and you're going to bring this left arm straight out. You're going to use this arm, bring it kind of a cactus arm. It's going to push you over, and then you're going to bring this leg, your top foot, and bring it back behind you. And little tip, if you have your pillow or a blanket or even your block, you can rest your head on that. You want to keep that head neutral. You're focusing on stretching out that shoulder. I'm just breathing here. Keeping that left leg straight. The right bent behind you. Okay, let's come on out of that. And we're going to just switch sides. So I'm going to move on down to this side. Okay. And again, we want to show you the position. This time, you're taking your right hand, reaching it out, and then you're turning on your side, straightening that right leg, bringing that left one up and over behind you, and maybe cactus arm this left one so it helps prop you up. And again, use the block or the pillow for added support. All the blocks, pillows, blankets, things like that, it just aids in your practice. It just supports your practice so you have a stronger practice. So don't be afraid to use them or feel like, oh, that means, anything. The only thing it means is it's enhancing your practice so you can get the most benefit and while still being kind to your body, because we definitely want to always be kind to our bodies. Our bodies do a lot for us. So relax and breathe here. I'm just grabbing my notes, so stay where you are. And let's go ahead and roll back out of that. And we're gonna lift up to our tabletop and just come and sit back into hero. So if this is comfortable for you, you can stay here. If not, you can also just place your feet, the tops of your feet on the mat, or simply sit in easy pose if that's better for you. And again, if your legs are still tight, take blocks and you can prop them under your knees, and that will help give you support for if you want to sit in easy pose or sit longer on the floor. So from here, I want you to inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale that right ear towards the right shoulder. Just breathing here. In and out your nose. And then extending that left arm out. And then making an L shape with that left arm, placing the back of that palm on your lower back. Breathing here. And let's go ahead and release and come on back up to center. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, the left ear in the direction of the left shoulder. Now you're just sending the ear in that direction. You're not trying to touch the ear to the shoulder. You're just letting it fall wherever it falls. I'm gonna feel a gentle stretch along that right side of your neck now. Placing your arms out. And the back of your palm on your lower back. Out, come on back out of that. Let's drop again that right ear to right shoulder. And before we begin this next one, if you are at all uncomfortable in the easy pose right now, you can switch it up. You can bring your legs out like this. You can bring your soles of your feet together. Again, don't be afraid to use the blocks, okay? That's what they're there for. You do what feels good for you and make any necessary adjustments that you need. Okay, so relaxing here if you need to. You can stay there. I want you to drop again that right ear to right shoulder, but this time, let's tuck that chin to your chest and roll that chin across the front of your chest. Coming back up. Again, dropping that left ear to the left shoulder, tucking that chin. Rolling it across the front of your chest. And again, tucking that chin. Rolling it across the front of your chest. And coming back up to center. All right. Let's go ahead and bring our legs straight out for Dandasana, staff posture. So Dandasana is a core posture for all your seated floor movements. Again, a transition pose, but it also is good for checking alignment. So we're going to take a moment here, roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Sitting up nice and tall. It's as if someone's pulling us by a string from the ceiling. Slight inhale to that belly button. Let's just go ahead and either with your palms of your hands or your fists, you can press away from the floor, feeling some lengthening in that spine. Let's go ahead and bring that left leg out. We're going to bring that right foot in towards your perineum, Janushirasana. Inhale, up, and exhale, reaching to wherever your hands let you go. So this is a forehead to knee pose, and not that I expect your head to go there, but it's wherever your body takes you is fine. So maybe today you're like right here, that's it, that's okay. So you go where your body takes you. Find your edge, then back off a little and breathe. Just breathe. Come on back up and we'll switch sides. Okay, again, sitting up nice and tall, bringing that left foot in towards your perineum, the heel towards facing the perineum, your foot on that upper thigh. Inhale and exhale. And again, wherever your body takes you, it's okay if maybe you're just here, that's okay. Find your edge, back it off, and breathe. You want to keep that knee down, but if you find, which is pretty typical, if you're super tight and your leg's just not going down, prop it with the block, okay? And then just breathe. You create flexibility over time, focusing on breath. Again, maybe take notice of how this feels, maybe one side versus the other. Notice with every exhalation, your body may move just a tiny bit deeper into your folds, your positions. And let's come on back up and come to our butterfly. Oops, sorry, I was going into easy. Okay, so our soles of our feet together, our knees apart, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, just hinging at the hips slightly, keeping that back nice and straight. Inhale, exhale. And coming back up, let's take a moment here to roll our shoulders up, back and down, up, forward and down. And from here, if you're not liking this, you can always move back to easy. I want to give you plenty of options, variations. It doesn't matter. Keep that belly button tucked in just slightly and breathe and do what feels good to your body. Honor your body. Inhale those arms out. Exhale, taking those 10 fingers, putting them on those shoulders. And we're gonna do some swimming motion. It's like you're drawing circles with your elbows. Remembering to breathe. And reversing directions. I'm reading my notes, sorry. Okay. All right, let's bring our hands down. And I'm gonna roll to the wrong side of my mat. I'm gonna put my blanket down for my head. And from here, we're gonna do a rocking horse to get ourselves down to our mat in our supine position. So I want you to just lift, balance. So on that, that tailbone there, and cross those feet just at the ankles. And you're gonna roll back and then come up. Second, and this is our third, and we'll go ahead and stay down here. Coming all the way to a supine position on your back. Let's move to sorry. Like I said, I forget a lot lately. So interlacing those fingers, placing your hands on that knee, drawing them towards your chest. Breathing here. Then we're going to take and with our left palm clasping that right knee, we're going to draw that right knee over to the left side of the body, looking to our right. And just breathing here. You can bring this right arm out. Just breathe here in your supine twist. And if that doesn't feel good for you, maybe just let go of that right knee. So do what feels good for you. And come on back over, bringing that right leg all the way down. Inhale that left leg up, interlacing those fingers, clasping that knee, drawing it in towards your chest. And press out those heels and draw the toes towards the shin. Maybe pump that foot out. You probably should have pumped it on the other side. You could pump it while it's down now. So it'll work too. Just so you keep it balanced out. I'm gonna do both. Okay. And then we're gonna let go with the left arm. Gonna bring that left one out. Clasp that left knee with that right hand and then draw it over to your right side, and you're gonna look left. Breathing here. And releasing back to center. And then let's move into a happy baby. So happy baby, it is what it is. It's like a happy baby. You know how babies come and play with their feet, and inhale those, bring those feet up off the floor. You inhale, then exhale. Go ahead and either clasp right here. So if you can, grab the bottom of your feet and you're drawing those knees down towards the floor. But if you can't reach those feet, that's okay. If this is your first time doing it and you need to work your way up, so it's okay. Just grab your calves, your ankles, your calves, your ankles, whatever works for you. And find some movement in motion here. You can either roll from side to side. You can maybe bring one leg out while the other goes in. Just create some movement here. Do what feels good for your body. You can either bring those feet down together or draw them open. And again, just playing with it like a happy baby does. Seems kind of silly, but it feels great. Even smile while you're doing it. Even if it's a fake one, remember it still changes that brain. Still changes your attitude, your mindset. And then let's release our legs straight up to the ceiling. And you can push those heels to the ceiling if you're standing on it, maybe pumping those feet out, rolling the ankles. And then let's roll from side to side, our hips side to side, so we can place our palms face down underneath those hips. Inhale, exhale slowly, lowering. And releasing all the way to the floor, releasing your hands. I want you to point those toes as far as they'll go. Wiggle them out. Reaching those hands far above your head. Wiggling those fingers out. And then maybe taking a moment here to do any final stretching you feel that you need. And when you're ready, bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open. Let your palms fall open. Resting here, your final Shavasana, your final resting pose. Making any adjustments is necessary to find complete stillness. And we'll return to our breath we found at the beginning. Inhaling nice and deep, at least 4 counts. And exhaling through your nose, at least 8 counts. Inhale, breath in, exhale, breath out. As you inhale, envision a wave coming up over you, but not touching you. And on your exhale, It goes back out to the ocean. Inhale as the wave draws near. Exhale as it recedes into the ocean. Inhale and exhale. You hear the gentle lap of the waves against the shore. The quietness, the peace. Envision yourself on this private beach, hearing all the wonderful sounds of the ocean. As you listen and feel the coming and going of the tide. Moving with the ebbs and flows of the tide, just as we do in life. Be proud of yourself for taking this moment for you today, for showing up, for being here. And thank you so much for your support. Namaste.